Perfect. So let's move on to activity 5, which is to actually test our model. So now that we've built and trained our model, we want to actually go ahead and test it against other returned clothing items. So let's start off with our first sample item, which was the shoe. Let's go ahead and copy this code. Add it to a new coding snippet. Paste, and then of course run it. And let's grab the next one as well. Paste that, make sure you guys run that one as well. Now what the following line of code is going to do is it's actually going to give us a list of probabilities that an image fits in a specific category. And these categories are the ones that we've labeled earlier in the array. And it's basically giving us a value of like what is the best chance that's actually in here. So like, is it a best chance that's a t-shirt, a dress, let's say it's a bag. So I'll go ahead and sample that for you guys right now. So first we need to paste this code snippet right here and run that. And what it did is it outputted an array with a bunch of values. And what these values, like I just said, are the chance that's one of the earlier categories that we had in our array. So let's go on to question 1. Question 1, the array of values represents the confidence level that an image belongs to a specific category. What index has the most confidence value and what has the least confidence value? So what this question is asking us is to look at the array that we just outputted. And it asks us for what is the most confidence value and the least confidence value. And what this means is that what is the highest value, and that value would be the chance that's most likely, let's say a bag, a t-shirt, trousers, and what is the least. So in the following example, if we look, we know that the highest value is going to be at right here. It's going to be that value. But now what would the least be? The least would actually end up being this value right here. And as you notice, none of these values are actually like whole numbers. And the reason behind this is because the way probability and how we train our model goes is that there's no way to be 100% confident. So as we see here, this is our max confidence and this is our least. But as we see, like overall, there's still a little bit of confidence that it could be, say, if you look at the array, as the array matches with those values, it could be, let's say, a t-shirt, trouser, pullover, dress. So there's no way for the model to be 100% certain. But as we saw from these values, the model can be very certain, such as this 99 right there. So let's go on to question 2.
Just to point out, we had to make sure that all the numbers in the array, all the values should add up to 1.
Yeah. So moving on to question 2, let's verify our answer to the highest probability value by running the following code. So let's bring this in. Run that. Bring this one in. Now, of course, when we're writing our program, we don't want to have to look at values, right? We want to know, we want to have the program output to us what it thinks the image best categorizes with in terms of clothing. So moving on to question 2, in the class names array, what category does this index correspond to? So the way we would do this is to, first of all, copy this code. And earlier we saw that it was the 9th item that was the most confident. It felt the model felt most confident the item was. Now, how do we check to see what that category is? Well, we simply do it with this line of code right here. And it's going to go to the 9th index in the array class names and return what category that is. And we see that it is ankle boots. So tying this all in together, after we ran our program, it predicted that as through these confidence values, that it felt that this value, this ninth index, it was the most confident that that item was in terms of clothing. Now, of course, these are just values to us and numbers, right? But what does it actually mean? Like, what is that index? What is that clothing category that it feels it is the most confident? And through this line of code, we were able to single that out to be ankle boot. All right, so great work. Let's move on to activity 6.